On the outside, it's cold as hell. But on the inside, we're keeping it warm with the hottest damn rock and roll around from bands like Styx to Jethro Tull.
Let's bungle in the jungle. Well, that's alright by me.
And even Journey. The hardest rock is on 108.9 The Hawk. Sharp Dressed Man on 108.9 The Hawk. ZZ Top, you're hairy men. If you like hairy men and you like the blues and you like cars that they'll let you sometimes drive. Now, they're going to throw you the key. They're going to let you drive it sometimes. But I think there is a qualification system there, Geoff. I'm not entirely sure. Like, what qualifies one to drive the Eliminator?
Beard or mustache.
Beard or mustache. So
That's
if you
it.
have either one of those.
Oh my God, if you're a clean-shaven man, even if you're a sharp-dressed man, do not think about getting behind that car.
Good.
'Cause that Z and the Z is going to go right into your neck.
Oh
right into
my
the
God,
jugular.
it's going to go right in.
It's
Going to go right into your neck.
My God, you'll just be bleeding everywhere.
Oh, and then, because they aim for the jugular. That's the thing about it. They are aiming for the jugular when they are sending
You think it's an underhand and it's not going anywhere, but it's going straight for that juggy.
Going right for the juggy. That was going to be the original name of the Eliminator record. It was Right for the Juggy.
Right for the juggy.
7:02 on 108.9 The Hawk. Good morning, Val Verde. You've been with us for an hour. You've got 1, 2, if we count on fingers, and 3. 3 more hours left of what is called the Geoff and Whisp Show. I'm Wisp Turlington.
I am Geoff the Angry Man Garlock. And my God, we've been doing, are you all right there?
Just rubbing my belly because I was out at the opening of the brand new location of Uncle Petruchio's.
Oh my God.
Petruchio's. Petruchio's.
They weren't sure where to put the 2 in the Petruchio.
Love a good title.
They keep changing the signage, and they gotta be blowing their resources on all the signage change.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. Uncle Petruchio. Uncle Petruchio was there, of course. Very sad.
Of course.
He's been sad ever since everyone has discovered that his meats are filled with helium. It was a Petruchio family secret held for at least 8 generations, Geoff.
And now, gone.
That's the sound he makes when you go up there and you get him to sign whatever you're eating. Maybe you're eating a tomahawk steak.
He gets those edible markers.
It's an edible marker. You can still
edible
eat
marker.
it, but I
it
don't
just
even know why.
smears chocolate on your tomahawk.
You're like, God, I gotta lick the chocolate off, Uncle Petruchio. I'll give you something to cry about.
And the thing is, at one point, he did hold on to the creative rights
Yes.
of the helium-filled meats.
Yes.
But then some tough times hit. Then he had to get rid of the creative rights as well. And now Amazon owns part of it.
You know what? I think they're gonna own it for as long as they want.
I mean, that's
how you
their
own
classic
things, right?
contract signed.
That's how
it
you own
just says, we own it for as long as we want, and you got to sign it. And then
Oh
it's
my
just
God.
like, when does this contract end? It's like, I don't know. It's in their hands.
Was in the room where Michael Jackson
Oh, my God.
and Paul McCartney, they were doing Say, Say, Say together. And The Girl Is Mine. They did them both at the same time. I was sitting in the back of the studio just slurping down a cognac, just
Sounds
sucking it down like I'm eating a bowl of ramen, showing respect to both the cognac and to Sir Paul McCartney and Sir Michael Jackson.
Now, is this real ramen or college ramen?
Oh, this is college ramen.
Okay,
Easily.
good.
Yeah,
And this is, of
please.
course, our favorite brand of ramen, college ramen.
College ramen. You
It
eat
has
ramen?
double the packs of the monosodium
Oh my
glutamate
God.
salt powder.
Oh my God. You got a dime? You got a pack of college ramen. Now available at any Valmart. Go ahead and go on and get it. College ramen, fine sponsors of the Geoff and Whisp Show this morning, right here on 108.9 Hawk. So I'm sucking down my college ramen.
Of course.
And Michael Jackson, he turns to me and he says, "Hey, Wisp." And I'm like, "What? Was that Casper the Friendly Ghost?
My goodness.
Which one was it?" He's like, "No, it's me, Michael Jackson." And I'm like, "Okay, great. Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me at your studio."
You hadn't talked to them yet once.
I have not.
You just showed up with cognac and college ramen.
Paul is just like, oh, you eating some college ramen? There's chicken in the pack. I'm not going to eat it. Oh, no, I'm going to eat it. Oh, no, I'm going to eat it. Oh, no, I'm going to eat it.
And he just starts making that into a new Wings song.
And it's just like, if only the guys from Wings were there. Denny Lane was just knocking on the window like,
he just starts yelling out, record the new Wings song. And they're like, we're not in the studio.
Wings is disbanded. He's like, just hit record, Paul.
Linda's there, but she's taking a nap.
Linda is out.
She is knocked out.
She is knocked.
She's under her synthesizer, just passed out.
So I'm in there. And all of this is happening, Geoff. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It sounds wild.
I've seen the things I've lived. And I say, hey, Michael, I heard that the Beatles songs are up for grabs. You got money? And he's like, oh, okay. And Paul's like, what? And I'm like,
because he thought Mr. Bill was in the studio.
He thought, it was like, well, Mr. From Saturday Night Live, everybody loves a Mr. Bill.
He loves a Mr. Bill.
Loves a Mr. Bill. And I say, well, I've got my trader on the phone here, Trader John, who handles all of my different trades.
Best financial planners and stock traders in the world.
Oh my God!
He's got like 20 of those anniversary clock tickers that go like tick, 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 tick.
They're all
with a
around
little
him.
piece of paper, and you don't know what's on there, and he doesn't know what's on there.
He's got all those number boards around him too. He's basically made his own lawnmower man-esque situation to live in. Right?
It's a lawnmower-esque cacophony. It's like you could make like a Philip Glass song out of like all the clicking in there.
Please do.
Koyana Statsky Part 2 in this guy's room.
Scotty, play a little bit of my favorite Philip Glass song. I'm Philip Glass. That was it.
Oh, that was good.
Silence, but then he pops in and he goes, I'm Philip Glass.
He always likes to announce who it is in the middle.
Oh, he was the original, what's his face? Who's the guy? DJ Khaled? Thank you, Scotty.
DJ Khaled. Congratulations, you played yourself.
You're not going to hear this on any other radio station in Val Verde, ladies and gentlemen. That Philip Glass was the original DJ Khaled. I'm Philip Glass. DJ Khaled. Okay, so I've got Trader John on. We'll get to weather. We will get to weather, Scotty. Our producer.
And we'll get to Uncle Petruchio and his terrible Amazon deal.
Did I stop on that story too?
No, this is part of the story. This is tab into tab into tab.
This is okay. Good.
How do you think we're getting through the next 1, 2, 3 hours?
My God, my browser's gonna crash, Geoff.
Oh my God!
So many tabs open.
Somebody send me an AOL disk because my browser's about to crash. I've got plenty of them. Keg stand. You have AOL disks.
Nothing dirty about that.
That's nothing dirty. You tried to make that dirty, and you were just showing that you're paying for AOL still. Are you my mother?
I would have said something like, I'm the Ream, and I've got tons of AOL CDs on me, Keg stand.
See, and that's the problem. That's why you're not Keg stand, though. You got to give him credit because that was a little too long for Keg stand.
It was long, but it was dirty. It was dirty when you think about the process of being the Ream.
It's dirty and it's short.
Dirty and short.
Much like my penis, Keg stand.
See, there you go. You lead a Keg stand to the water.
And he'll stick his dirty penis in it.
And he will stick his dirty penis in it. Okay, so I'm like, Trader John's on the line, Michael. And he's like, let's do it. And Paul's like, no. And in one movement, boom, Michael Jackson owned all of the Beatles.
Just that simple.
Just that simple.
And a young Jeff Bezos saw a bat signal.
Yep.
That was just Michael Jackson's head.
That was it.
And he goes,
there it goes. It's done.
Maybe I should start a book website.
You never know. Now I will say this. Paul was like, do you think there's any time when you're going to sell those back to me, Michael? And Michael said, I'm keeping them forever. And he's still alive, so he's keeping them forever.
Yeah, he's
immortal. There is no killing him.
That isn't the Michael Jackson that died.
No. That was the imposter.
That was the imposter.
He
had many imposters.
So many. I've met so many of them. You go to any sort of like seaside beach, all-inclusive resort.
Oh my God.
They've got like 5 Michael Jacksons there.
It's insane how many Michael Jacksons
they just keep. They do a show about Michael Jackson's music, and they all keep rolling out. And these are all actual, quote unquote, Michael Jacksons, as real as the Michael Jackson that was in that session with the real Michael Jackson. We're talking quantum mechanics, folks.
This is just like when Santa has all of his helpers at all the malls, and you tell your child, hey, that might be the real Santa. That might be the real Michael Jackson. Maybe don't tell your child about that's the real Michael Jackson, you know what I mean? We have fun here.
Oh, God, we have so much fun. You know what else is fun, Geoff?
Uncle Petruchio crying?
No, weather.
It's time for weather on 108.9 The Hawk.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh,
baby. I'm looking out the window right now, and you know what I'm telling you?
It's cold.
It's fucking cold, Val Verde.
My God.
It is so cold. So put on your first jacket. Put on your second jacket.
Then throw that layer of fur on there. And I'm not talking like a skinned one, a nice pretty one. Like it's got to be disgusting fur.
This is something you killed with your own hand.
If you're going to keep warm, you got to kill with your own hands.
If you killed any of the beasts in Slayer Ranch, and we all know they have the best fur.
The best.
And it's okay to kill them. Even if you're like no meat or anything, these beasts are from hell. You're not going to eat these anyway.
I saw a video on the Liver King's Instagram, and he said you gotta go to Slayer Ranch and you kill with your own hands and just rip the testicles off with your bare teeth. And then he also said, I never did steroids. And you're like, why are you talking about this? We didn't bring this up, Liver King.
And also, if you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, and you're listening to 108.9 The Hawk, the Geoff and Whisp Show, 716 here on your morning. Good morning. It is your favorite morning show, still number one in the market, and not going down. You hear us, 98.6 The Square, you're not going down. We're coming for you. But if you go in Slayer Gulch, and ladies and kids, make sure you have a chaperone first. Do not go into Slayer Gulch alone. But it's going to lead you to
It can be another lady or child, but you got to have a chaperone.
You got to have a chaperone.
You got to have
It could be your best friend. That's a chaperone in my book.
As far as I'm concerned.
You know? It doesn't have to be a parent.
No, God, no.
It can be anyone that you choose. It could be the mailman. It could be a stranger. It could be the guy that takes your order out in the parking lot at Burger Tools where, it's just so busy at Burger Tools. You can't use the real drive-thru line. You have to go to this guy and then loop around multiple times, blah, blah, blah.
But watch out for Joe. Joe's that guy out in the Burger Tools parking lot who doesn't work for Burger Tools, and he is taking your order. That's the one person you should not have chaperone you.
I'll take your order.
Yeah, if you hear that deep, just guttural voice,
Joe,
then you got to run. Because Richard Karn ain't going to save you.
Not at that location. He could at the other location. Because
he could, yeah. He'd take out a ball-peen hammer and just take him out. Just right in the skull.
But if you go that far down Slayer Gulch, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to take you to Slayer Ranch.
Of course.
That's a place you don't want to be.
No,
all the beasts. All the portals that open up there. The UFOs, the UAPs, the NIIICEEEE, the ME, who doesn't want to BETHERE.
And all the Billy Crystals, because Billy Crystal is always there trying to push some new sequel to City Slickers.
Oh, my God. He's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys?
What are we doing here?
And the problem is with that is that every time Billy Crystal's down at Slayer Ranch,
every time
he slips into a portal, 4 more Billy Crystals come out.
It's insane.
It is insane. There's no controlling it.
Only one Daniel Stern and only one Bruno Kirby.
Yeah. That's
and
it.
half of a Jack Palance.
Only half.
And he tries to do the one-handed push-ups, and it works better because it's only half of them.
Because it's literally all he has, and he's got half. It's an easier push.
He's split down the middle like he's in that movie, The Cell. Remember The Cell?
But you know what? When you have that many Billies coming out of you, out of your portal, how many Sundays is that, Geoff? Because with just one Billy Crystal, that's 500 Sundays, right?
Oh, my God. That's just one Billy Crystal equals 500. That's like an SAT problem.
That's an SAT. Like when I took the SATs,
that was so many Billy Crystal questions.
So, there were so many. Like, wait a second.
Well, I had to go to community college because of all.
Wait, what was his character on SNL again?
Okay, Fernando. All right, but it was a hideaway, right? All right, what does that have to do with Matt? He was on the soap. He was on soap. Yep, he was on
soap. So many soap questions. It's like, oh God. You watch soap when you're sick.
My God.
You're watching, and they all just like weirdly blend into one episode where you're just kind of half watching it. You're just like, who is he? Where was I other story-wise?
Uncle Petruchio is crying because of Uncle Petruchio, and he had signed away the creative rights as well with an Amazon deal of we have it until we decide we don't want it.
Gotcha. That's boring. I don't want to go back.
Yeah, no,
to that.
I didn't even know why we were talking about that in the first place. I'm so glad we got to Paul McCartney.
Back to that, but I'll tell you one place we're gonna go, Geoff. Are you ready for this? Traffic. Traffic. All the news you can. Oh wait, news?
We got news.
Okay.
Jesus, Scotty. We literally just said traffic, and we're singing the traffic song.
Check that.
Guess we're checking
that
news
rundown
here.
again. Yep, it's traffic.
Yeah, no, it's traffic.
So that's on you, Scotty. That's on you. How does it feel? Fire it. Fire the real one, Scotty. Fire.
People of Val Verde complain to the FCC about Scotty.
You call the FCC and tell them Scotty needs to die.
108.9 The Hawk traffic with Art Spart.
Inspectors coming. Ooh, ooh. And that means traffic from all the building inspectors. That's right, people. If you unlock your doors and open your fences and get all your paperwork and permits, or in the case of Val Verde, fake ones, because if you're thinking of going anywhere, think again. It's house inspection day. Yep. So we have traffic all the way down Hog Street because the inspectors are coming into town. Now, I don't need to explain this to you, but Mayor David Lee Roth changed the rules for building inspections. From whenever you build something new to simply 1 day every 5 years, where everything needs to be inspected. This, of course, came from a dispute he had with the permit office after he tried to build what he called a simple 500-person Swedish bikini team hot tub. Now, he never really knew if it would simply just have the Swedish bikini team and 490 other people in it, or a 500-person Swedish bikini team, which would have been a lot of blue and yellow bikinis. But we never found out because the permit office said that it was simply unsanitary and he never got to build it. Well, you don't make a party dog like Mayor David Lee Roth stop the party. So understandably, he was upset. Now, he couldn't get rid of permits completely, but he could put a hold on them. And the people of Val Verde took to it. Now, some people said it was short-sighted to spend 5 years building every type of illegal structure from 5-story tree houses to that flappers built on the lip of an active volcano. But people thought, hey, I'll figure it out 5 years from now. And they never do. So people are scrambling down to Permit Alley to get a bunch of fake permits to make it seem like, yes, we definitely should build this life-size replica of the planet Hoth. What could go wrong? Well, everything. And let's just leave it at that. So, unless you're trying to desperately barricade those inspections from coming in your house for 24 hours and you need to grab some lumber from the lumber repository, then I would suggest staying home. And maybe get in that illegal hot tub and throw on a Swedish bikini or two. And that's been traffic from the Bert's Funeral Flowers traffic desk. I'm Art Spart on 108.9 The Hawk.
With Bert's Funeral Flowers. With Bert's Funeral Flowers.
Oh,
My God, are you worried? Do you have to get down to Turlington Manor?
well, luckily, my caretaker, Franny, is already down at Permit Alley.
Okay, good.
I got that life-size Jeff Lynne that I built in the backyard that's fighting one 100 times bigger than him. And they're real, man. They're animatronic, just like I got Disney Imagineers in on that.
You
And
got
they're
it.
just constantly fighting to show
Not
down.
permitted, but
Not permitted.
designed by the
No.
Imagineers.
Oh, designed by the Imagineers. Hey, here's a song that was designed by the Imagineers. It's After Midnight, Eric Clapton on 108.9 The Hawk.
Hello, this is Farmer Dan at Shetland Creameries, and yes, still locked in the back of a barn. Shetland Creameries. I thought my cattle would have let me out by now. Turns out I was wrong. Now, I don't know if they think I'm gonna die back here, but joke's on them, as I am immortal. So as time just creeps along, and I live out my days like one of those old men in the Metallica Unforgiven videos, I hope you're still enjoying some great quality dairy from Shetland Creameries. For over 40 years, you've been getting it all. Monterey Jack, Havarti, shredded 3 cheese, perfect for your Taco Tuesdays. While I don't know what the operations of Shetland Creameries currently look like, I hope my cattle, who have turned on me, are still keeping everything shipshape at Shetland Creameries. Also, help!
Are you looking for a new church to share in your faith with your fellow God-fearing man? Then why not try the Val Verde Christian Fellowship? Known for the funniest church signs in all of the town. Sure, we have great sermons and lessons in faith, but we also have a sign out front that sometimes says, "Sign broken, message inside." Pretty good, right? Now, of course, we have Sunday school and community outreach and all that jazz, but sometimes our sign will just say, "Got Jesus?" You know, like the old milk commercial. Not too shabby. Or even just, "What's up?" Ecclesiastes 24:17. That way you get a Bible verse, but also, "What's up?" We have plenty of Z's, don't worry. We here at Val Verde Christian Fellowship will open our arms to anyone who wants to join us. But especially if you've got ideas for funny signs. We could always use new members of our community, and we could always use new ideas. I mean, our latest one just says, "My other father is God," and it's not really much of a joke, but it basically works, so either way, come on down to the Val Verde Christian Fellowship. Come for the sign and stay for the church. We also want to apologize for that one that had the swear in it last week. That was a really bad idea.
The Geoff and Whisp Show.
That's all you got? Cheap trick and a cheesy one-liner?
Sweetheart, that could be the name of my autobiography.
Every morning on 108.9 The Hawk.
Never been any reason to listen to that song? It's Head East on 108.9 The Hawk. You know, we give you the classic rock. We give you the hits. We give you the not hits, apparently, from the album Flat as a Pancake.
My God.
The album I like to call Who Cares?
Big time.
Head East, definitely one of those bands that toured with Status Quo on the Who Are These Guys tour?
And in Europe, that's called the, we can't get enough of this
You
tour.
can't get it. That is an 8-day, 8-night, 2-band stand in
Bigger
Germany.
than Wacken.
Bigger than Wacken.
My God. It is a weird move, though, to put it on our playlist coming out of we're coming back into it. I mean, it's just, it seems late to have it in
late.
there. It just seems a little, you should bury that in the middle of a couple songs. But, we'll talk to Jason about that one.
Yeah, we'll talk to Jason. Of course, he's handled a lot of the trafficking lately. Not really on the air much anymore, which is fine by me because, look, I like the show without that Jason guy.
I mean, let's just be honest.
The format of this show has been so effing good.
Non-stop.
Without that Jason guy.
You want to hold on to spot number one, you can't be bringing back Jason Gore.
This show is just like it used to be. You know, when we had to change the name from the Wisp Turlington Show to... This is just like Wisp Turlington Show days without that piece of shit Jason Gore just getting on the mic and ruining it and not being funny or adding anything.
Complaining about why are you paying attention to me?
Oh, God. If I could just get on Reddit and talk about... I'll save that for after the show. I'll save that for during Geoff and Melinda Tilt's middays, divorce middays right here on...
That show has been more interesting since they've started getting divorced and remarried on air.
We have a pastor on staff, ladies and gentlemen. Is there any other classic rock radio station that you could think of named
Pastor Stevie Ray Vaughan is hanging out here. That's right. And no relation.
No relation. It's R-E-Y because he's a huge new Star Wars fan. Huge.
He's never even watched the first 7.
He's like, Skywalker? Who?
You mean that old guy?
Who? You mean this old guy that gets stabbed by his son?
My God.
Was in some other movies? I only know him from this film and Shrinking.
Pastor Stevie Ray Vaughan has got some beautiful pork tattoos.
Oh,
though.
my God. Oh
my God.
And he has not even heard any of the SRV music. You bring it up to him, he just looks at you like, huh?
Wow.
What?
He's never been to Austin, Texas.
I'm like, he doesn't even believe it exists. I look at Pastor Stevie Ray Vaughan, our pastor, and I say, the sky is crying. And he's like, Leviticus 3:23.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? No.
And you almost can't understand him over his
No.
disgusting little flavor saver that
Oh
he
my
has.
God, he is the most
that
disgusting.
curls up and goes into his mouth. And you're like, how do you not know the real Stevie Ray Vaughan if you've got this disgusting thing on you?
And speaking of your favorite Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute band, the Flavor Savers, they're going to be playing at Zazzers tonight. It's 108.9 The Hawk Blues Night. We've got the Flavor Savers.
Blues Hammer, of course.
Blues Hammer. We've got John Mayles and the...
John Mayles Ball Breakers.
We got John Mayles Ball Breakers there.
Jesus.
And they're a lot like that religious group, like what was it, Power Force, that would play at schools
Oh, my God.
and like
Power
blow up
Force.
hot water bottles through the power of the Lord.
Power of the Lord.
It's a
And then
lot
the-
like
and then
that, so-
Thor, the singer, just said, hey, I can do that too.
I can do
put
that.
it to some adequate metal.
And he's going, hold on a second. I'm going to call my old friend John Mayall. One of those rockers where you're like, I can't believe he's still alive.
My God.
I can't believe. Scotty, is John Mayall still alive?
Do we know if
get that?
John Mayall
Can
is
we
still
ask
alive?
Pastor Stevie Ray Vaughan if he's still? He would know. He's
Is
obviously
he
a
playing in John Mayall's Ball Breakers tonight
Oh
with the
my
Flavor Savers and
God.
Blues Hammer?
I can't wait to see the Flavor Savers.
my
When they play Texas Flood, at the door you get your own Flavor Saver.
You
So
do.
whatever you're eating at Zazzers, which I highly recommend, the overdosing on nachos dish.
Rest
where
in
you-
power, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh my God. And also it's got all of these huge needles. One's filled with guac. One's filled with sour
Salsa
cream.
Verde.
Salsa Verde. And it's just like, I'm just overdosing on nachos over
One
here.
of them's filled with heroin, though. You
One
do
of
have to
them,
watch
there
out for
could
that.
be heroin in
It's
that.
a little
It's-
bit of a gamble.
But man, you get those nachos all over your Flavor Saver. You are sucking it down through a great set by the Flavor Savers.
All of a sudden, you're wearing some funky cowboy hat with some turquoise on it.
Of course, if you're not going to be able to make it out there tonight at Zazzers, let's talk about all the great things going down. This is your community calendar, a service of me, basically, Wisp Turlington.
At this point, it's just you.
Who pays for everything here at Val Verde Valley Radio Partners. And of
It's good to
course,
remind people every
gotta
single time
remind
there's something that
I gotta
it's
remind
because of
I'm,
you.
I'm the only one this show is happening.
I do
because
love
of
your Truth
me.
Social account where you just keep
Oh.
talking about, while we're recording, you just keep telling your assistant to you text Franny,
Clap, clap. There we go.
and you tell her to put it on Truth Social, the great things you're doing.
The crazy thing about my Truth Social account, I could be live right here on the air, and I'm talking to you, and I'm bullshitting, and I'm telling you stories that blow your mind all the time, like constantly. But at the same time, I post something very big on my Truth Social account, and you're like, when did he have time to post that? Like, where did that come from? Because
I mean, when you
him
were talking to
with-
Zelensky, the guy from the Ukraine, and I don't
Oh
even
my
know what
God.
his role is. He's just some guy from the Ukraine.
Oh.
At one point, you
No
you
clue.
said something really messed up to him, and then you go, "Hey, that's a good one."
Hey,
And then I
yeah,
looked,
did.
and it
I
was
like,
on your Truth
click,
Social. It was just
done.
like, boom.
Oh, when Zelensky, whatever that guy does, was here and he was interviewing right here in the 8 o'clock hour 2 weeks ago on the Geoff and Whisp Show, and I'm like, so what do you do? Are you in a band? Are you in a band? You ever play with the Georgia Satellites?
Are you
I
in the
gotta-
Deftones? Because it
you
looks
in the
like you're in
Deftones?
you're wearing a tracksuit here.
Yeah, why are you wearing a tracksuit? Are you in the Deftones? That's clearly. What are you? Are you the pick 'em up guy for?
Are you the Boss Tone? Are
Mighty
you a Boss
Mighty
Tone?
Boss Tone? Are you in Boss Tone? And he's like, I just came here to get them, and I'm like, shut it. Because I
And
got
that's
a little,
what showed up on Truth Social.
Shut it.
It just said, shut it,
Yep.
shut it. And I heard you mutter to yourself, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Click, and boom. 8 paragraphs on my Truth Social account. Wisp Turlington. Go on Truth Social. Check it out. You'll find Wisp Turlington account there, just telling you how it is.
Telling you how it
I
is.
remember my favorite thing, because I did mention the Georgia. Go ahead and bring the bed back up. We're talking. Kill the community calendar bed. We're talking. This is what morning.
We're talking.
radio is
This is
all
what morning radio is all
Yeah,
about.
This is what people listen to. They're just getting to their slob job. They're maybe going to like stand outside of a store and wait for the doors to open and get some sort of huge deal or whatever at Valmart. I don't care. I don't know what you're doing. But I will say this. My biggest line against that Zelensky dude when he was here, he's like, please help, please get the word out. And I'm like, well, I got a little thing in my pocket, and I pulled out the middle finger. Do you remember that?
I do remember.
Do you remember that?
I
He's like, why
do.
would you do that? We are dying. And I'm like, ha ha ha, Georgia Satellites on the hawk.
And it worked out quite well.
It worked out so well. Because then you hear the, I got a little change in my pocket going. And he's like, what is this song? Why is it playing? And I'm like, who are you? It's time to kick rocks, buddy. But apparently 9 o'clock hour, Zelensky's back.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's going to be
Him
good.
and Skeet Ulrich is going to be here moderating, so that's going to be good.
Zelensky. He's doing this.
Zelensky. Oh my goodness! Wait, do we not have Zelensky back? Is it just Zelensky?
No,
it's just Skeet Ulrich doing his Zelensky.
He's dressed the same way as this dude in like a sweatsuit. No idea what it's for, and he's gonna do.
It looks like he's in Dance Hall Crashers.
Wait,
bowling for soup.
Did you get kicked out of Save Ferris, Mr. Zelensky? Hey, since we're talking about it, let's do it. It's the Georgia Satellites on the Hawk.
Hey, this is Jeff the Angry Man Garlock from 108.9 The Hawk, and I just want to take a second out of our broadcast to talk about a product that I'm really loving lately. And it's this stuff called brain juice. Now, have you heard of this? Now, this is just like a little juice shot you drink every single day. It's just a little bottle, and it can help you out with every medical problem that you've got. And I have got a lot of them. And I mean, this thing, it does it all. It can help with your immunity. It can help with bad skin. It can help with endurance, erectile dysfunction. Not to mention hair growth, both above and below, if you know what I mean. And the list just goes on and on. Now, you've probably been hearing about brain juice from all your favorite places. Mostly podcasts, but definitely other places too. And the reason you've been hearing so much about it is because it's good for you, all right? This is science-backed stuff, and it says it right on the bottle, science-backed stuff. Look, I'm not a sucker. That's why I drink brain juice 5 times a day. And I tell you what brain juice has really helped me out with is my gut health. Should be called gut juice. You know, I went to the doctor, and you're probably just like me. You're sick of them telling you, hey, angry man, leaky gut is not a proven medical diagnosis. You just need to eat a balanced diet and start exercising a little bit. Maybe take a multivitamin now and then. And that's when I tell the doctor, hey, this is a nootropic, all right? This is helping with my brain. So I remember that every time I drink this, it's helping me out, okay? And no matter how many times you tell me that it's basically just a repackaged 5-hour energy shot for suckers, then I have to say I ain't a sucker, because I drink brain juice. Brain juice, now in berry blast and super disgusting medicinal taste.
Smiles, cleanliness, value. That's what you'll get at John Bargain DDS in downtown Val Verde. The key word is in his name, John. They have one of those. You can go number 1 or number 2 in it for free. The other key word, bargain. John Bargain DDS promises not to nickel and dime you for every little procedure, just as long as you're fine with nickel and dimes being melted down to make your new teeth. Jaws. Hell, sometimes he's made a nose out of them. If you're into that and a cool person, visit John Bargain DDS. If you aren't cool, well, we have ways of dealing with that. Go on down anyway. They'll figure it out. John Bargain DDS. It's time to smile again.
Hey, this is Don Barnes.
And this is Danny Chauncey. And this is Donnie Van Zandt.
And we're 38 Special, and you're listening to
108.9 The Hawk.
Black Crowes Remedy, because I guess that's the only type of rock we play here. It's just got to be Southern rock all the time on 108.9 The Hawk. But what are you going to do? What, are you going to sue us?
Are you going to sue us?
You can't. Are you going to sue us?
Is there a class action lawsuit against
Scotty?
the Hawk? Scotty,
is there a class action lawsuit against the Hawk? He said which one? He said which one? Which one?
Oh my God, we have multiple. My God. Because I saw that there were some Tool fans who did a class action lawsuit against Tool just because they didn't like the set that they saw.
Let's get into this. That's news.
All the news you can use, or the news you could lose. It's news time on 108.9 The Hawk.
Holy shit, Tool got into it. They dug
Holy
a hole.
shnikes.
They were like, hey, we're going to have this thing. It's called Tool in the Sand.
Tool in the Sand. And that of course.
3 in the bush.
Tool in the Sand, 3 in the bush. I know what the Tool was. Cake stand. Their dick. Yes,
yeah,
we know.
We get it. Yeah, thank you for that.
Jesus Christ, cake stand.
The dick.
The
Thank
dick.
you. Yeah, that's we're gonna get Val Verde Rag does their morning Show Roundup. That terrible, terrible newspaper.
Terrible. The old gray lady.
The old gray lady. Val Verde Rag.
The old gray whistle tests, we used to call it.
Oh.
Till the Germans sued us.
Yeah, the class action from the Germans.
Class action from the German producers of the old gray whistle test.
Yeah, they do this morning radio roundup. That's hilarious, and it's usually just us.
Usually just us. It's just us doing it again.
You know, they've been saying a lot of things lately, Geoff, that I love, and I got to put, I'm getting older every day, Geoff.
Of course.
And so sometimes I got to put these glasses on. Let's see what the old gray lady said today.
What's she saying? What's she got? What's that old gray mare saying?
The old
gray mare, she ain't what she used to be.
That's like she's a horse. I'm going to turn her into glue and dog food. Here we go. Yep, here it is. 108.9 The Hawks, Geoff and Whisp Show. Much better without Jason Gore.
I mean,
a
compliment for him is like a compliment for us, quote unquote singles.
Yeah. What was that? A Citizen Dick song?
That is when Eddie Vedder says to Matt Dillon, because the review says that the singer kind of stinks from Citizen Dick, and he goes, "A compliment for you is a compliment for us.
A compliment for you is a compliment for us.
Touch me, I'm Dick.
Touch
wow.
me.
What
touch me. I'm
touch
Dick.
me, I'm Dick.
No,
that was the thing.
No, touch me.
In the original draft of singles, there was a huge emphasis on the me. It was like, no, touch me, I'm Dick.
Come on, and touch me, I'm Dick.
That was also in the original draft of Oliver Stone's The Doors.
And he was like, wait a second. Yeah, they really shit all over Jason Gore here, and it's great.
It ain't bad. They're just like, brought nothing to the table. Never had anything to say.
Yeah. Good.
Was good for shitting on, and I can't believe they used shitting in the newspaper.
Was in charge of everything, but glad he's not anymore.
I mean,
that's nice.
The poor guy.
Well, we'll find out because he's cleaning the bathrooms here at Val Verde Valley Radio Partners, which is great. We'll find out from him very soon.
But Tool in the Sand.
Tool in the Sand. Let's talk about that. Glasses
I tell you,
off.
$4,000 to see a Tool show. And the problem is they just got to blame that on tickets, because as far as I know, the tickets for Tool in the Sand were only $30, and it was like, well, this is reasonable. But then, you get those tickets charges coming in. My God.
Man, they're basically buying a house off you every time that you buy a ticket from Tickets.
I mean, literally. You
now,
have
Geoff,
to sign away. Yes.
I got to ask you the question here. Would you have gone to Tool in the Sand? Are you a big Toolhead? Are you big? Are you a member of the Toolbox? Like, what are the fans
I'm in the Toolbox. You can just call me a Phillips head because I am in the Toolbox.
Did you hear that, Scotty? He said a Phillips head.
I love it. Because mostly from all the Bill Hicks quotes. I just love.
What do they do that in a Tool song where it's just like, and then it's just like a Bill Hicks quote? They
literally do have a song with a 10-minute Bill Hicks routine.
They do not.
Just in the middle of the song.
They do not. What's the song
I
called?
wish I was joking sometimes, but they certainly did on the album Anemia.
Wait. So this is real. They're like, oh, God, I don't want to do a solo for 10 minutes. Let's just throw some Bill Hicks in.
They have a 7-minute Bill Hicks routines to start a song with some music playing over it.
That's their skit.
That's
like their rap album skits.
That is their skit.
They just let it go a little too long.
Just a little bit too long. Tool actually does have a surprising amount of skits.
Oh my God!
In between every pretty good song, there's literally some bullshit that you have to skip over. That you're like, why'd you just dick around for 5 minutes?
I love that.
They have one song that's literally just, I believe, a recipe for chocolate chip cookies in German.
Really?
And it is a frustrating thing.
Have you
when
baked them?
When you're trying to tell people, no, I do actually like Tool, and I baked them, and I got so high.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say hepatitis.
Oh no! I got high from all the hepatitis I got because
clearly.
the first ingredient was like Reintinfrunsk, and that was a cup of hepatitis. And it opened up my third eye, but my third eye was telling me, "Oh my God, you got to go to the hospital right now."
Your third eye opens up, and it's just one of Bill Hicks's eyes.
It's just one.
This eye's telling it how it is.
It's what the original tell it how it is.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah,
We didn't plan out much for the 7 o'clock hour, did we?
Well, see, that's it. That's what most people don't realize.
Yeah,
because around the 7 o'clock hour is when people start to get into their jobs.
Yeah. So you
and
don't
that's
really...
when people are just like really zoning out. They're like, yeah, I listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, it sounds okay. It sounds okay. Hey, I did hear that there was an appearance last night. Now, this is a story. I mean, it's real. It's real, so it's not a story, but it is technically still news. The ghost of Gregg Allman was at Val Verde Civic Center last night.
He was.
For a show. The brothers, that's the guys that basically played with the Allman Brothers. They had their show at Val Verde Civic Center last night, and he appeared bigger than we've ever seen him. Bigger than the ghost has ever been. Scotty, we have a clip. Let's go ahead and play it.
Hey, man! I ain't no angel! I ain't no angel!
And then from there, it went right in.
Hey, I ain't no angel, man!
I love it.
Man, I would love to see a big ghost of Gregg Allman.
Like, make him bigger.
Just
if
make
you're
him
listening
bigger.
right now, ghost of Gregg Allman, just
bigger.
Be bigger whenever you want to get big. So so you've got that ghost in our area in Val Verde.
Gotta watch out for that.
You got to watch out for that. You got to watch out for the ghost of Powers Booth down at Plusky's Distillery.
Yep.
Still in action.
He's still
angry.
hosting Booth Rescue.
All the time.
Down at Plusky's.
All the time.
If he's not hammered at the bar, if you know what I mean.
Hey, that's a great show on Channel 8. Speaking of great shows on Channel 8, what's on tonight, Geoff?
Of course, Hammered at the Bar. This is the unofficial sequel to Cheers, where the Channel 8 was just like, you know what? That was a pretty good show. We should just do our own version. But the thing they got wrong, everyone is just hammered. I mean, just mean, belligerent drunks. And it is not fun. But that's going to be on tonight, a marathon.
Wow. My favorite episode is where their version of Coach dies.
Oh, my God.
And it's awful.
It's a bloody, bloody death.
Oh, my God. It is so, like, the bar is covered. Everyone's trying to get their Long Islands, and it's just covered in Coach. What else is on tonight, Geoff?
I mean, of course, we have 2 for 1. And this was a wonderful 80s movie where they did a body swapping, but it was between 2 sets of twins, and one of them always died when they would body swap.
What?
So it was 2 for 1. So you had to make sacrifices. So then it ended up being, it's very funny. It starred Lindsay Lohan.
Yep.
It starred Cher.
Yep.
And it did have actually Gregg Allman in it. So surprise. I can't believe they're showing this. And then Lance Hendrickson. And you'll never guess who the sets of twins were.
Okay, can I guess?
Give it a whirl.
Okay, I'm going to say Scott Baio. Dean Cain. Fresh off of Horse Camp 42.
Of course.
Fresh off that movie.
Fresh off.
I'm going to
Fresh off of the movie Fresh Off.
Fresh Off. Oh, my God. Did you see Fresh Off with Dean Cain?
I did see Fresh Off. It was like a high school sass club where they just had to say Fresh Off.
Fresh Off. Okay, so you and I watched. Okay, so I watched Fresh Off too. Then that's what I'm always thinking of, which was basically their version of Face Off, but it's the whole body that gets swapped in the front.
It made no sense that they didn't even follow the style or genre of movie. They were just like name only.
And they still kept all of the sassy high schoolers from the first
right.
movie. It made no
because
sense
the first
whatsoever.
Fresh Off was just a ripoff of Step Off, and then all of a sudden they're doing, and it's like they moved years, they moved genres. But yeah, so you got Scott Baio, Dean Cain, because of course they don't list who the twins are.
God,
in
no.
the main actors.
No, that's the whole point. That's the whole,
you want to be surprised about who's going to die.
They swap it in, like when this was in theaters, they would swap it in with different reels, and it was different twins.
Oh my God. It was, and sometimes there would be a twin who had to stand in the theater, and Francis Ford Coppola was like, I'm going to do that years later in Megalopolis.
No, that's where Fresh Off 2 is where Francis Ford Coppola stole the bit to have someone in theaters.
And 2 for 1, because the same thing happened in 2 for 1 as well.
Oh my God. Hey, want to give you an update that, of course, you can go on up to Mount Hetfield this weekend. The Giant has returned. I guess Metallica's in a break between shows right now, so that's when our Sleeping Beast returns, and we get our mountain, we get our shade, and we get our glorious, glorious James back up about 4,000 feet above us right now.
For those about to rock, we salute you.
Rock's on.
James.
You should have used something
Rock's
else.
on. But the thing is, rock's off, actually. That's when he's back. You know that Metallica is finally slumbering.
Perfect.
Because Papa Het is slumbering.
And speaking of, it's Rocks Off for the Rolling Stones on 108.9 The Hawk. And remember, coming up, we've got that Zelensky guy, whoever he is, and we've got Skeet Linsky.
Zelensky's coming, so you better get on Truth Social because it's going to get kind of funny.
It's all happening right here on the Geoff and Whisp Show on 108.9 The Hawk. 108.9 The Hawk with Jason Gore and Jeff Garlock.
A comedy podcast about a fictional classic rock radio station.
Hear and see new episodes every Monday. Subscribe on YouTube,
Apple Podcasts,
Spotify,
Pocket Casts,
Overcast, and wherever you get your podcasts. Support the show by going to patreon.com/1089 The Hawk. Get video and audio episodes 1 week early, bonus shows, and so much more. Get that merch by going to our website at 1089thehawk.com. And if you like what you heard in this episode, you can check out a ton of 108.9 The Hawk episodes on our website at 1089thehawk.com or wherever you get your podcasts. A comedy podcast about a fictional classic rock radio station. 108.9 The Hawk with Jason Gore and Jeff Garlock.